Hi, my name is Justine. This is my kitchen in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Today we are going to make baked macaroni and cheese with bacon on top. This is one of my favorite dishes to make in the winter time because it is so warm and gooey and fattening, and it's very easy. We mix it up, put it in the oven, wait half an hour, you got dinner. As you can see, the ingredients are very simple. Cheddar cheese, can't get more basic than that. A little Gouda. You don't have to get fancy with Gouda, but I like the creaminess it gives. Just add equal amounts of cheddar if you're not going to use the Gouda. We're going to make a white sauce, which sounds a little intimidating, but it's pretty easy. It's just butter, a little flour, some milk over here, mix that up. What I like to do to my white sauce to make it a little extra special is add some diced onion when the butter's melting. Let that saute a little bit. I think it brings out the flavors. While that's cooking, rolling up your pasta. I use rigatoni. You can use ziti, you can use the fusilli, the frillicky one. I like the ziti. Add some peas to that. You gotta have peas. And when everything's mixed together in a nice casserole dish, breadcrumbs, bacon. Okay, now that we got our ingredients together, first step, gotta turn on the oven, 350 degrees. Then, fill up our pot with some water for the pasta. I think everyone here should know how to boil pasta. Just boil the water. And while that's boiling, we'll be taking care of the cheese and the white sauce. Alright, next step, we're going to grate the cheese. I use a Cuisinart. You can use a hand grater, you can chop it up into little pieces, whatever works for you. I like the Cuisinart. So, first thing, you just gotta, get it in small pieces for the shoot. And Gouda, which I love, but you gotta cut off this rind. You don't want any wax in the mac and cheese. Alright. And even though I've been using a Cuisinart for, I don't know, 10 years, I still have trouble using it. And plugging it in might help. Here we go. Look at that. We're having a jam. A cheese jam, hang on. And we're done with the cheese. See, wasn't that easy? Now, we're going to do the white sauce, which, as I said, involves butter, flour, and milk. First thing, though, I'm going to chop up a little onion. Not too much onion. I'd say maybe a couple of 2 tablespoons. I don't know. Doesn't have to be fancy. We're not doing any julienne or just perfect dicing. We're just making it fine so that there's no big chunks in the final sauce. I'd say this is just about right. Okay, got that. Now we're going to melt about, I'd say, 3 tablespoons butter. I know that sounds like a lot with all this cheese, but you do less butter than that, it's not going to be quite as rich. I think that's 3 tablespoons, I don't know. Put it in there, low heat, you don't want to burn your butter. Stir it around. Grab a couple spices if you want. I'm partial to not onion powder. I believe it's oregano that I like to use. A little oregano in there never hurt anybody. It's nice to put the spices in with the butter because it helps get the flavors out, or at least that's what I read somewhere. Let that melt. Come on, butter. Alright, now we're going to put the onions in. Let it cook a little. We're not sauteing the onions, we're really just putting them in there to get a little flavor in. Let those cook in there for a little bit. Say half a minute, not that much. Alright, now, this is where the white sauce part comes in. Take a little flour, I'd say about a large tablespoon, sprinkle it in there. Mix it up. The flour gives it a nice thickness. This is what helps to keep the cheese from becoming oily and separated when you add the cheese. Mix that in. And now we're going to add a splash of milk. But you pour about, I'd say, half a cup to a cup of milk, depending how thick you want it. So, it's also good to have your milk be room temperature so it doesn't curdle the melted butter. Stir that in. Alright, that's good. Now we're going to turn up the heat just a touch. This is where we start to add the cheese. Pile it in. Stir it. Is my water boiling? No. Stir and see, look at that. Cheese is starting to melt. Getting a little sauce there. It's looking good. It's turning yellow. Add some more cheese. Yeah, that's the stuff. Now, you guys can't go out just yet. I'm sorry. You gotta keep stirring. If you don't keep stirring, it's gonna burn. And you don't want that. You want to keep it nice and smooth. If it has to get a little thick like this, I'm going to add a little more milk. Just a little too thick. I'm just going to pour a touch more milk in. There's no exact science. The one thing you cannot add more of is flour, because it'll get lumpy if you add it after you've added the milk. There we go. Look at that. Oops, little mess. Alright, last of the cheese. In you go. Alright, water's boiling, so we're going to grab the noodles, pop them in the water, throw in our peas, nice little chunk of peas there. Pasta doesn't have to be fully cooked. You want a little al dente, little bite. You notice the cheese sauce is totally done, so we're going to turn that off so it doesn't burn. Mix up the noodles, and now we're just going to wait for the pasta to cook, just be about 5 minutes. Give it a stir every now and then so it doesn't stick. Doesn't hurt to add a little salt to the water and a little salt to the cheese. Alright, pasta's done. Turn it off. Take it over to the sink. Use a pot holder or a towel or you will burn yourself. You don't need to rinse or anything. Grab the pasta, throw it back in the pot, grab the cheese, a nice melted cheese, put it in the pot, scrape it all out. One of these scupulas is really good for that. Mix it together. Ooh, look at that. Listen to that sound. Sounds like zombies eating brains or something. I love that sound. Alright, now we got our casserole dish. Pour it on in there. Ooh. And now the very, very important steps. Number 1, breadcrumbs. Say maybe half a cup breadcrumbs, depending how crunchy you like it. And then the bacon, which I have to open somehow. Let's try it. Got the bacon. I put 3 slices on. You can do more, you can do less. But it's good. Just throw them on top like that. There we go. I'm gonna wash my hands because I got bacony germs on them. And now we put it in the oven and let it bake for about half an hour. Basically, you'll know when it's done when the crumbs are brown and the bacon is cooked. Here we go. Alright, so we just gotta wait half an hour. Remember, it's cooking at 350, so it's gonna take a little while to brown. But you wait for the crumbs to get a nice crispy brown, and you want the bacon to be cooked. You don't want raw bacon. Alright, it's been half an hour, so everything should be ready. It's looking very crispy. Oh, look at that puppy. Look at that bacon. Alright, now I like to eat this as my dinner. you know, nothing else. Sometimes a little broccoli on the side or a salad. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry, so I need to try a little right now before we say goodbye. Oh, got a nice piece of bacon. Mmm. Bye.